Hello my friends and welcome back to Rogue Traders, episode 132. I got a good gym session in last night. Gave myself a haircut this morning. All is good. Right, let's get stuff done. So we meet again, Alfar Thunderlung. Long live, Rogue Trader. Business has brought us to your Drekar. Traces of Halbrandt's encounter with Alfar's rock-hard forehead are still fresh on his face. The young wolf rests his hand on his axe. Greetings, brothers. What brings you here? Why is he naked all of a sudden? Alright, let's just start with the pleasantries. Venerable Holger, we thank you for your hospitality and kind words, brave Huskarl. Thorvald's face breaks into a wide grin, and his affected severity vanishing from his face, he rumbles solemnly. Brother Alfar, you swore that you would stand for the honour of your pack, the Baleful Howl. Did you descend to Fritz II with your brothers? Did you fight? That world my boots did tread, in fallen halls my victory cries I roared. The day the All-Father asks for a reckoning of my deeds, I will not be ashamed to tell the siege of Fritz. Who will bear witness to the truth of this wolf's words? We know you, Edmund. We have seen you in battle. We believe you. Show us the scars, Brother Olafar, that we may mark of your deeds in the flesh. I did not acquire my scars to show them off, Brother Thorwald. Show the scars, brother. Show the scars. Awareness detection succeeded. Alfar's decision to appear at this meeting without his armor suddenly makes sense. You are watching a ritual, and Alfar's show of modesty is merely part of the performance. Alfar turns, with ostentatious reluctance, to let the light fall upon the flesh marks he received from Fritz II. You have no idea he had suffered such deep and grievous wounds. The crowd erupts in roars of approval. Thorvald raises his voice to shout over his brothers. Did you take a glorious trophy in the battle as a token of your valor? Alfar removes the horn he wrenched from the hell brute from his belt. You notice that it is already carved with Fenrison runes. The wolf proudly shows the trophy to his comrades, causing another explosion of cheers. Proudly thunders the baleful howl. Praise the All-Father for sending us such a formidable and valiant brothers. Thorvald makes a gesture, and Halbrand removes his magnificent axe from his belt, presenting it to Alfar with a deferential bow. Accept from the Stormbiters this gift in honor of the battle that was fought shoulder to shoulder. That's a pretty spicy axe. So that's it. You're all best friends now. Thorvald, now will you tell Alfar where to look for his brothers? The wolf hands you a data slate. The coordinates displayed on it are a monstrous distance from the inhabited worlds of the Expanse. I will not stand in Alfar's way if he chooses to go searching, but brother, you have proven the glory of your pack. Is it not time to sever this wired thread? With respect, I once again extend my offer to join the Stormbiters. Forgive me, brother, I must decline your offer, though my heart fills with joy at the thought of fighting alongside you. I, Alfar Thunderfang, swear before my black mane and by the blood of Fenris that I will not cease to seek my pack until my own eyes behold them, alive or dead. I understand, brother. May your black mane run beside your path. Fortify yourself Stoked with rage, I see that your heart is darker than the waters of the world sea, so I ask you that take care that you do not join those whom we must not speak. Those of whom we must not speak. Harbor clears his throat and opens his mouth to reply, but catches the sharp glances of Ulfar and Thorvald and swiftly changes his mind. You do not need that knowledge, Alvarta. There are paths that the forest that only the wolves ought to tread. I see you have decorated your trophy. Something of a flourish, Alfar shows you the angular yet graceful script of runes that wind around the gleaming horn. When I return to Fenris, I will drink Mjord from this while singing the saga of my march into the Coronis expanse. Alfar, give us a look at your new axe. Thorvald grins with pride as he looks upon the magnificent weapon. Our rune priest quenched it in the blood of the despicable world bearers who fell on Euphrates II. The blade is enamelled with bone meal from the tooth of a Fenrisen kraken, and inscribed in it are the names of all the brothers of the baneful Howl Pack. You know that a name inscribed on a Fenrisen weapon can mean different things, whether glorification of past heroes or commemoration of the fallen. Ulfar runs his fingers through the symbols, lingering first on one name, then another. You are no expert on Fenrisian runes, but you can make out there are two, Arnulf and Skiadi. Thank you for this gift worthy of the Venrigar Ironhide. Alfar tests the weight of his new weapon. His face bears that satisfied expression seen only on the faces of true warriors who have found the perfect weapon for their hand. So what now? We should probably return to our Drekar. You sense a question mark at the end of Thorvald's statement. Alfar's face becomes serious and he gives you a significant look. I can hardly let the glorious walls of Fenris leave without first treating them to a fine feast. The wolves burst into shouts of approval, and someone with a gravelly voice starts singing a merry song, no doubt one about massacres and glorious deaths on the battlefield. Kitchen servants here are certainly no match for those serving in the Great Hall of Fenris, but the masters of this Drekar are not lacking in hospitality or generosity. A small group of smaced wolves is enough to fill your entire magnificent ship with clamour, shouts, and other portents of the coming feast. A formidable feast in which eating, drinking, and singing will be done the way wolves do all things, till their last gasp. Alright, feast time. Oh, I don't know why my nose suddenly started itching. Now what? There are no rumours on the internets.
Let us raise our cups at Vater, in honor of deeds accomplished and in expectation of those yet to come.
So, now you know where your brothers were heading. What will you do?
Help you to deal with the enemies who besiege your home, and then head for the coordinates that Thorvald gave me. Well, I know, Edvater, that you are dauntless, and if I but say the word, you will join me in my seeking. But the place I will voyage to is a perilous one. Few can survive in it, and though duty leads me there, I do not want my debt to be paid with your blood. It is wise to hide one's past from a stranger, but shameful to hide it from a friend. Ask away.
Ask away.
I was a seafarer. Every spring we would go out onto the world sea and slay many armed krakens and ravenous sea drakes. And then the season of fire would come, and we would dock on Asaheim to battle for our clan's right to inhabit that land. I was young, but already fierce, and facing down foes twice my size. The chooser of the valiant, who had watched the fateful battle from the cliffs, deemed me worthy and took me to the Fang for healing. My clan was proud. I spent years in training before I passed through the dreaded gate of Mordkai, bowed on the runestones before both his heads, and walked into the Valley of Dreams. As for what I saw there, do not ask me. That is between me and the Death Wolf. The Rune Priest scoured my soul, but found it untouched by corruption. I returned, and I partook of the Cup of Wolfen. The Canis Helix entered my blood, and the agony of transformation changed my body to resemble that of a beast, and my mind was drowned in the dark depths of bloodlust. My return from the dark was long and cost me greatly. When I stood in the hall at the Fang once more, the Rune Priests imbued my body with the remaining gene seed and implanted the necessary organs. But those trials were nothing compared to what I had already endured. When I overcame the darkness of Wolfen in my soul, I set out for the Fang. Every neophyte must undergo a hunt during this journey. One might fight a fearsome wolf, another a sly snow worm. I crossed paths with a doppelgrendel, a cunning and rancorous spirit.
Okay.
For 5 days and nights did we bring our wits and wrath to bear in battle. The spirit changed its guise, but in the end, I gouged out its eyes. Fleeing, it hissed a curse. Nowhere would I find an honorable death, vowed the creature. My saga came to an abrupt and inglorious end, like a noble banner moldering and fraying at the edge. When I made my return to the Fang, clutching that crushed eye, the Rune Priest looked at me, and his face grew grim. But he said not a word, save to confirm my victory.
What if it's not a curse but a gift of long life and many great exploits?
A gift straight from the seven hells! What is the valor of a deathless warrior worth? Where is greatness in the exploits of one who shrinks from death? When the wolf time comes and my fallen brothers march into the final battle, where will I be? Sitting alone in the Fang, beside a fire that went out long ago? The ages weigh heavily on my hands and heart, and one day I will be too tired and feeble to wake up and rush into the fray. What will they call me then? Ulfar, who slept through the battle? Ulfar, Mordkai's unwanted. Everything on Fenris has power. I have fought in 100 battles and suffered 100 injuries. Even wolves are not certain to survive such grievous maiming. But I always survived. And with each new victory, my thoughts took a darker turn. What if I truly am destined never to die with honor? What if my death will be foolish and inglorious?
Wow, this guy's having a real crisis of confidence.
Each time I bury a brother, I secretly envy him. The path of Astartes leads into the fangs of horror. Any threat that can be endured by the mind is one that mortals can handle. But we are needed where the unthinkable begins to happen. Things that understanding cannot help to bear. Things that, once beheld, turn minds into bubbling, pulsating dreck. An ordinary man who encounters this evil will go mad with despair. But we are incapable of feeling fear. It is simply not in our nature. Instead, we feel unbearable rage. We must select the neophytes who will look into the eyes of the unthinkable and roar. That is why we need our trials. Many times I have heard the clinking of Mordecai's fangs next to my ear, but I have never allowed him close enough to sink them into my rump. We call ourselves the Baleful Howl, and our sign is known to all wolves. We are old wolves who have seen much and endured much. This is the great black maned wolf, patron of slayers and totem of our great company, the Black Manes. All know that we are fearsome and hungry for the struggle of war, that we are cunning, deadly, and show no mercy. Speak our name, and thunder rolls.
Thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes. Sorry.
Even among the brothers, my pack are counted as the most rabid glory hunters. When we were young, we knew no taboos or limits to our pride. Years passed, and suddenly we are veterans. But our avaricious hunger for exploits is undimmed. A complete accounting of all my deeds would land like an avalanche upon you. I earned this mark of endurance when I slew a chieftain of an Eldari tribe. He dealt me a serious injury, and the wolf priest said I would not survive it. But it has not killed me yet. 2 years I lay in a delirium after that battle. When I awoke on Fenris, I set out for the wastes at once. And there I hunted a black-maned wolf and killed it with my bare hands. For that feat, I was granted the rank of Wolf Guard. That fearsome beast remains with me to this day, and I carry his furious spirit. And Jarl Ragnar carved this one when I beheaded a despicable sorcerer, the archdespot of Tyrannica II. Many brothers fell victim to him, and we do not sing that saga before mortals, for the preservation of their minds. Alas, I failed to behold my own glorious deed. My eyes streamed with blood, and I hunted down the sorcerer by scent alone. And of my glorious victories there are many more. Besides, not for nothing did the Jarl grant me the accolade of Terminator.
If you have the accolade of Terminator, why don't you have Terminator armor? Where's your Terminator armor? Why would you not use your Terminator armor? It's way better than the standard armor. Although I suppose it's a bit of a pain in the butt to walk around in on a deck, I suppose.
Before becoming an Astartes, I dreamed of becoming a skald, a keeper of stories. At feasts, I often sing of my brother's exploits. Thousands are stored in my memory. When I am near, wolves fight even more ferociously, for they know their deeds will be immortalized. One of the tech priests theorized that our songs contained hidden psychometric codes to increase courage. Maybe there is such a thing in other places. But on Fenris, our sagas are spun from memory, from respect, from pride. More than words stringing, a secret weaving. Magic in its marrow. Not to ear nor mind, speaks the saga. Its spell sounds deeper strike, and the heart hearkens.
Man, what's that thing about people who write poetry can't read it? Thunderlung.
That is my moniker, yes. My voice knows no fatigue, whether fighting or feasting. I can recite the glorious sagas and terrify foes with my battle cry for hours. Oh, this fine name was given to me by my loyal friends, Arnulf Bloodyaxe and Skjaldi Twice-Thinker. The bonds between us were many. Arnulf was my sworn brother. It was he whom I faced down in the battle where the chooser of the Valiant noticed me. Arnulf too was deemed worthy. We went from bitter foes to setting aside the enmity between our clans and becoming close friends. He gave me this blade to show that the past was forgotten. Quick to laugh was Arnulf, and fearsome in a fight. Almost as fearsome as me. Skjaldi Twice-Thinker. Well, he was sent to us by the Allfather to see that we did not meet our deaths as young pups. He had enough thoughts in that head of his to make do for me and Arnulf both. It was Skjaldi who taught me to compose verses. The spirits prized his wisdom, and the runes hearkened to his voice. When the Xenos took me prisoner, Arnulf caught up with them and slew a score of them with his fine axe. And Skjaldi called down a storm so mighty that the abomination's jet bikes were whipped into the wind's furious currents like leaves. But even that was not enough to take them all. We were captured. Tarvantius took Skjaldi first and turned his body into something unthinkable. Then he took Arnulf, and during the many hours of torture, my brother's only response to the freak was a disdainful laughter. And then he fell silent.
I'm sorry about your brothers. They were courageous warriors.
In the Hall of the Immortals, sowing valor in the hearts of the young. I enjoy telling stories. Fenris Hjolda, Edfater.
Alright. We got a mag dump of Space Wolf plot there.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
Elantak.
Okay, I guess there's not much else to do.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen?
Oh, whatever, I'll do
Oh,
this now.
Shireen! Thank you for such generosity. I will humbly wait until you steer your vessel towards Dargonus. The Mercatum Tabula Officiale. It sounds almost as majestic as the warrant of trade. Oh, I have...
I guess there's nothing else to do.
Of course.
Where's old Hendrix? There he is.
To what do I owe this visit?
Greetings.
Oh, she's
Of
got some
course.
extra stuff.
Do you remember the first days of the attack? When we captured one of the heretic commanders? He burned so brightly you could have seen him from anywhere on the battlefield, I'm sure. But what is most important is what he told us before his execution. The heretic was one of Conrad Voigtfir's closest henchmen, and he revealed, screaming through the pain, what I had wanted to know for so long. The markers of the route to Salus Prime. The world my heart calls to. The heretics of the Final Dawn tried all they could to stop us, but they failed.
Okay. Is that it? Guess that's it. But they failed. And they were struck down. Alright. I know the way to Salus Prime, a planet where a great relic of the Imperium lies hidden. My heart longs for battle, rogue trader. I have dreamt of a chance to kneel before the relic for so long. It's right there on that planet. And so are the heretics who dared to stop me from doing so the last time. Okay. Where is Salus Prime? Salus Primed! Nope, that's not it. Scrolling through to get my free items. Could do with some more of those medkits. Okay, that's got to be it. It's the only uncharted system on the whole map. Let's do it from a colony, though. Astropaths have received a signal that states the following. Arc Mechanicus Hermetico is calling Unit Pascal Harmon. Directive visit. Priority ahead of queue. Purpose discontinuing the cycle. According to my data, the lost sacred vessel Hermetu is the flagship headquarters and last confirmed location of Archmagos Armanat. I hereby request permission to immediately embark upon an expedition. Alright, let's chart the course. Or not. System Speculo. Where the hell is Speculo? Oh, there is a path from here. So I don't necessarily need to chart a path. Where the hell is System Speculo? Okay, it's this one. Blumph. Oh man, the events are coming thick and fast right now. How wonderful it is that I found you here. Please forgive me, my power is sometimes too insistent in their attempts to break free from my control. I came to deliver good tidings. I've spoken with House Navigators of the Atlas. Of late I can feel with increasing clarity how our connection is growing stronger. Despite the descent in our midst, House Orcelio has been able to keep the precarious equilibrium, thanks in part to your unexpected arrival on Urak 5 and the resolution of the conflict at the Dargonis reception. Not all Orcelios concur with your decisions, and none can deny the impact that you and no one else have had on the House's present state of affairs. There is more I wish to tell you. It's about the visions I have come to experience at an increasing rate during warp jumps. The same visions come to me again and again and again, as if I am going mad, for you see, these visions are about me, the Atlas, and Tisiphone Orcelio, the House's previous novator. I have seen Tisiphone's experiments, the ones that involved the navigators from the Sethala branch, which she was rumoured to have destroyed for disobedience. The visions told me an altogether different story, one where Sethalas helped Tisiphone create the Atlas, and they vanished immediately after the experiments were done with. Perhaps I can, no, I know I can find the way to the Palace of the Atlas if I recreate Tisiphone's journey from my visions. A real palace, not a psycho-physical illumination to which Orcelio navigators can reach out. I've always had a feeling that it truly exists in our world. Now, however, I know it with absolute certainty. I've been informed that House Orcelio will soon convene its Grand Council. Would it not be better to wait for it to finish first? What makes you so sure you'll find the way to this physical manifestation of the Atlas? What else do your visions tell you? Has the warp twisted your mind? How can you trust visions of such dubious origin? I saw Tisiphone experience an epiphany in a dream. Just like my visions came to me on our travels through the warp, she beheld a planet hidden behind rolling warp storms. The world promised her great powers, so Tisiphone gathered the Sethalas, her most devout followers, to go on a suicidal journey through the tempest. I know not the details of what happened on that planet, but it was there that the Sethalas sacrificed themselves for an experiment of some kind. It was there that House Orcelio obtained its Starway Atlas. For the first time ever, I have an opportunity to find the answers to questions my mentors so deftly avoided. Why did Tisiphone choose me? What is the Atlas? Is it true that House Orcelio's past is drenched in blood? Please, Edmund, do not snap this tautly drawn string of destiny, my destiny. Journey with me to Tisiphone's wake, to the distant stars. Sure, I'll help you. The house is still watching me, so both the renegades and the loyalists, I doubt any of them will agree to even a brief armistice for the sake of learning the truth about the Atlas origins. And I do not wish to see House Orcelio lose even one more life to another fratricidal skirmish. No, I shall go after the answers about our past on my own. Then it is best to go alone. Thanks for your understanding, Rotrager, and now permit me to take my leave. I must start preparing for the journey. From what I've been able to glean, we must first travel to the Orcelio prophecy system. Odd that. Could it be the historical records are lying? Callian Orcelio is not whom the star is named after. Either way, that was the system from which Tisiphone embarked her journey. We're going to follow her long-forgotten footsteps. Alright, looks like we're unlocking companion quests galore right now. Wow, nice. A medical kit that works on iconoclast rating. Okay. It seems like there's actually a few more projects to do. I don't know when we unlock these, but hey. Rogue Trader gains 3 times Iconoclast rank fellowship. It's probably not that useful to me, but hey. Sure, why not? Even though that's not an entirely positive event. Okay, I probably don't need that one. Holy ammunition must be completed. I don't think that I can actually even get that anymore. Oh, okay, right. I have to improve my Drusian reputation. Okay, it seems like there's a lot of cleaning up to do. We got 3 companion quests to do, plus I should probably improve my reputation with the Drusians. But we're out of time, so that is it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.